Round 2, fight!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing with the second round of the Pokemon League as Hal's match with Ash continues from the last episode. In this episode, that fight's gonna wrap up, and we'll also get to see the beginning of Kiawe vs Sophocles. Who's gonna win these battles? Well, let's find out. We start off with a small recap of the last round, where Gladion beats James to move on to the next round, and we left off with both Ash and Hal having used their Z-Moves unsuccessfully. We jump into the episode, and the first thing that happens is that Nanu removes Rowlet's costume from the arena before resuming the battle. As he's taken away, Rowlet looks really sad. As the battle begins, Ash has Rowlet fly up in the air, and Hal and Decidueye follow it up in the air and attempt to hit it with Leaf Blade, but Rowlet dodges it. Decidueye follows up with Razor Leaf, and Rowlet dodges before attacking with Seed Bomb, with Decidueye deflect with Leaf Blade. Then it continues with both Pokemon attacking each other and deflecting each other's move with Razor Leaf. We see that this battle has captured everyone's attention. Ash then has Rowlet try to set up by going to the right so he can hit a Brave Bird and turn the tides of battle, as Kiawe puts it, but Decidueye keeps cutting it off, and then it uses Razor Leaf followed up by a Leaf Blade, which connects and sends Rowlet flying to the ground. Before Rowlet can get up, Decidueye uses Spirit Shackle to trap Rowlet. Hal goes in for the knockout blow with Leaf Blade, but Ash smartly has Rowlet use Feather Dance to reduce the damage of the Leaf Blade, which hits, but not as bad. It returns back to the battlefield when Hal has Decidueye attack with Razor Leaf, with Rowlet dodges by going in the air. Then Ash goes for it by using Brave Bird. Hal smiles and says he knew Ash would do that, and instructs his Decidueye to go for Sky Attack. As Rowlet's coming down, Hal is hoping that he can fully charge the attack. Rowlet gets closer and closer, and Hal has Decidueye attack, clashing head-on with Brave Bird, and both Pokemon hit each other and go down. It's gonna come down to who's going to get up first. We see Decidueye stirring before getting up, and Rowlet, it doesn't look like it's moving. So, the official announcement is made by Nanu. The winner of this match is Hal. Holy Moses, did Ash just lose in the second round? We see Hal and Decidueye celebrating, and all of Ash's friends and Pokemon are in shock. So is Ash. And he looks like he's about to accept his fate when all of a sudden, Hala speaks up. He calls over Nanu, and we can see they're having a conversation before he's done and picks up a mic. He says that he has an objection to the ruling that both of the Pokemon hit their moves and Decidueye got up first, making it the winner. It's not that Decidueye has gotten up first, it's merely the fact that Rowlet is just falling asleep. And Rowlet turns around and we can see that Rowlet is just sleeping, which means the match is not over yet. What? Ash runs over to Rowlet and yells at it to wake up when it eventually does. We see Hal walking away saying, "Good grief, that Rowlet always catches me off guard," and Ash even looks so apologetic about it. However, responds that it doesn't matter since they're here to beat that Rowlet after all. They go back to their positions and the match resumes. Kiawe then properly explains to us what happened in that exchange. Basically, Rowlet probably survived because Sky Attack didn't get to be fully charged. And we can see that if you go back to that scene, that it felt like Hal had to rush because Rowlet was getting closer and closer. But, just like he always says, both Pokemon are probably now low on their energy, so this battle is going to end soon. Rowlet then goes back in the air and uses Razor Leaf, with Decidueye nullifies again with his own Razor Leaf. Rowlet then goes for another Seed Bomb, which again gets sent back by Leaf Blade, and this time, as Rowlet's going to get back its Everstone, Hal uses a really smart strategy and has Decidueye attack it with Spirit Shackle to pin it down. Hal says that this time, he will fully charge a Sky Attack as Decidueye prepares for another attack. Ash then tries to have Rowlet use Feather Dance again, and with the encouragement of Ash, his bird friends, and the other Pokemon, he begins trying really hard. Decidueye fully powers up and leaps towards Rowlet, getting really close to hitting it when all of a sudden, Rowlet gives it one last push and like a substitution, flies out of all of its feathers. It basically sheds itself like a snake and it moves out of the way of this Sky Attack. This leaves Decidueye vulnerable, and in close range, Ash has Rowlet use Brave Bird and KO the Decidueye. Nanu comes over to double check that it's KO'd, not just sleeping, before officially declaring Ash as the winner of this match. Ash then celebrates with Rowlet and his friends clap for him, and Meltan is happy but then looks upset and walks away from the group. And as Ash is hugging his Rowlet, telling it that it can sleep all it wants today, Hal walks up to him to say, hey, congratulations. Ash thanks him and says his Decidueye was really strong, and Hal's kind of quiet, and he just says, thanks, we should battle again. They shake his hand, and that's it. This also means that Kiawe and Sophocles are up next, so they get up getting ready for their battle. We then cut to Meltan, who's on top of the league, calling for his friends by spinning his head and resonating. We then cut back to Hal as he's walking backstage. Hala comes in the hallway, and Hal looks at Hala before saying, man, Ash and Rowlet are so strong. Hala then walks up to him, puts his hand on his shoulders before telling him he fought well, which makes Hal break down as he cries and hugs Hala. That scene is unbelievably heartbreaking. We then cut to cheery Team Rocket, who after their battle are about to sell a whole bunch of donuts, and then we see that there's a massive line in front of them where Jesse's taking orders, James is making the donuts, and Meowth and Wobbuffet are advertising their food outside. We then see that Rowlet's Trumbeak, Pick-a-Peck, and Toucan and friends are flying away. We then cut to Team Rocket's forest, where we see that Beware and Stuffle are about to get out of the hot springs, but as they do, a robotic Oranguru, it's supposed to be the one from the bar, appears in front of them and gives them its juice. They drink it and they are satisfied with it, so they jump back in the hot spring, which means that they aren't going to take away Team Rocket yet. We then cut backstage where Kiawe and Sophocles are getting ready for their battle, and Sophocles speaks up as he tells Kiawe at first he thought that there's no way he could beat Kiawe, but he'd learned to realize how fun battling is and he isn't going to lose today. The PA announcer backstage calls them to the battlefield. As they're in the battlefield getting ready to battle, Ash makes it to his seats where his friends congratulate him. He says thanks before his Pokemon swarm him, and he notices that Meltan isn't there and asks where it went. Rotom shows Ash that it's at the top of the league and has been continuing to resonate for this whole time, although they don't know that yet. Anyways, on to the second battle. Contestant Kiawe with the Charizard is going to be going up against contestant Sophocles, who's going to be using his Vikavolt. Ready? Let the battle begin. Kiawe starts off by instructing his Charizard to use Flamethrower, which Vikavolt dodges. He then goes for a Fire Punch, which Sophocles knows is coming and dodges it, and has his Vikavolt use String Shot, but Charizard dodges all of them. Kiawe then goes for another Fire Punch, and Sophocles responds with Signal Beam, and Kiawe has Charizard dodge the initial attack, but Sophocles has Vikavolt follow the Charizard with that move, which forces Charizard into the air. As he's in the air, Kiawe has Charizard goes for Aerial Ace, which is the perfect opportunity for Sophocles to charge and use Zap Cannon. This connects as Charizard comes down for the Aerial Ace, which means Charizard is now paralyzed. Then, as Charizard is trying to get up, Sophocles goes for his Z-Move, the Savage Spin Out, which entangles Charizard in its web, and just before the move is complete, we cut the episode off and end the episode off in a cliffhanger. The after credit scene is a group of Meltan, presumably hearing Ash's Meltan's call, running towards it even as Clefable is bringing them food. Oh boy, this episode. Well, let's start off with the positives. This was a fantastic battle episode. It really had me at the edge of my seat. Even though I knew the spoiler, something I really wish I didn't, my heart still dropped when it seemed like Ash lost. The match itself was really well done. It had built up drama, suspense, and really kept you on the edge of your seat. This is what needs to happen in a league match, and it's done really well here. My only complaint was that the final Brave Bird attack almost felt like it came out of nowhere, and in a match where it felt like one thing led to another, that's a bit disappointing. But I may just be being overly harsh, since I did feel like the rest of the battle was done really logically. Now the negatives. When they pulled the reversal and Ash won, I really felt bad for Hal, who it felt like he got cheated out of a victory. There are a couple of reasons for this. The first mistake I feel like happened a long time ago. In their first encounter, Ash should have lost to Hal definitively. Then, Ash winning this would feel like he improved. But, in his case, he beat Hal the second time, and then he beat Hal again, accomplishing really nothing for either character. Second, you can't use comedy in a serious rival league battle. For example, Ash's Heracross, Snorlax are all quote-unquote comedy Pokemon, but when they battle, doesn't matter who, it's all business. You can't say that Rowlet is motivated to fight his rival and then have him fall asleep during the middle of said battle. That doesn't make any sense. And third, this is one of the main reasons why I feel like this is going to be a problem, is that they waited so long to reverse the decision. You let Hao celebrate. We saw Ash's sad face and the thing he does where he loses a league and pulls down his hat. He even looked like he was about to go congratulate Hao, and that's when the decision is reversed. That is way too long. I mentioned this a couple of episodes ago, but doing this type of thing is really risky, especially multiple times, and I think this is starting to turn people on Ash, saying that he shouldn't have won the battle, which is something that you should not want your main character to have to go through. People shouldn't feel so bad for his opponents that they actively cheer for your hero to lose, and in this case, I feel like that feeling is amplified for Ash by the fact that he hasn't done anything remarkable in this league yet. Now, I'm sure they'll explain it later, but I wonder what happened to Feather Dance. Like I said, it probably turned into Substitute, and other people have also pointed it out as an explanation, but until it's officially confirmed, we can't run with that. I hope we get a decent explanation, because otherwise, this battle that Hao lost is going to feel even worse. The battle itself was alright, but I feel like that one moment is what's going to be remembered even more. I don't want to end the review on a negative note, so I'll say, looks like Miltan's going to be evolving. It's calling its friend, and I could only think the only reason to do that is to evolve, so seeing that's going to be awesome. Also, the Sophocles vs Kiawe match has really surprised me. I thought it was going to be a squash in Kiawe's favor, but it's actually surprising that it's the other way around right now. Right now, Sophocles is the one to dominate, and this match looks really interesting, and I can't wait to see how they end this match. Overall, a fantastic episode, but a really murky middle and end to that Hao fight, which is really going to sour people this early on in the league, and we already have a major controversy. The next episode looks like it's going to continue the Kiawe vs Sophocles fight, as well as have probably both the beginning and the ending to the Lana vs Guzma fight. This does not bode well for Lana, who looks like she's about to get destroyed in this fight. We're going to continue to cheer on our girl though. But anyways, that's it for my Pokemon Sun and Moon episode 133 review. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and give me your thoughts on this. I really want to know. What did you think of the whole reversal? Did you feel like that reversal should have been legal? Did Ash deserve that win? Because a lot of people are saying he didn't. I really want to know. You can also respond to me on Twitter. Just let me know at TheRealPDGaming. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.